Trump and Trudeau. What could go wrong? What always happens when these two get together on an international stage? They're always trying to out-alpha each other. They're trying to out-jockey each other and show higher social status. And Mexico's president's thrown in there too, but he plays a very small supporting role in this interaction. So they're signing a new trade agreement, and we're gonna break down this video clip and look at all the subtle nuances in body language and tonality, and more important, social maneuvers, so you can understand what they're doing. And at the end of the video, I want you to let me know in the comments below who you think came out looking better between Trump and Trudeau. Now, I feel like Trump looks at Trudeau kind of like a little kid, kind of like a little brother or a little cousin, where he kind of thinks some stuff he does is kind of funny and cute, but when he does things he doesn't like, he gets really annoyed. And I feel like Trudeau just really dislikes Trump overall, so he's always just worried about coming out on top. And in this video, we're gonna pick apart all the little things that you may not notice so you can understand it and use these things in your life. Next time someone is making a maneuver to make you look bad, whether it be at work or anywhere else, now you can address that and, more importantly, know what to do. So let's start watching this video and breaking it down, and tell me what you think at the end. This entire video clip is over 20 minutes, so I'm gonna chunk this thing down and just show the real highlights of it, pointing out the subcommunication and the body language, the little things that go on that you may not notice that really show what's going on in these guys' heads, especially Trump and Trudeau. And at the end, there's a handshake. I'm sure you've seen all the handshake battle videos, but it's unbelievable. It's like nothing I've ever seen from Trump, and it's funny. So that'll be at the end. So let's jump in.
I'm honored to be here with President Enrique Peña Nieto. He's become a great friend.
A little bit of a struggle there.
Of Mexico, and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who has also become a great friend. This has been a battle, and battles sometimes make great friendships. So it's
okay. Look at his reaction right there. All he does is squint. Squinting is not agreeing. Squint is showing stress and disagreement. So Trump says it's been a battle, but sometimes battles make great friendships. And look at this still that I stopped it on. That's his response, just a squint at him. That's great.
And battles sometimes make great friendships. So it's really terrific.
So we can kind of see a little bit of the tension off the bat already.
Countries to replace. This will be your last day in office, so that's a very auspicious day when you can sign something so important. But we really do appreciate it. I think I can speak for Justin when I say that.
Okay, did anything stand out to you right there? Trump said, congratulate you, and I think I can speak for Justin when I say that. It may seem normal in this instance, but do you think for a second that Trump is going to say that if he's got the president of China next to him or Putin next to him? No, it's taking a too much familiarity by saying, I think I can speak for so-and-so. Well, if you do that and you're not on that level of respect with the other person, they're not going to be cool with that, and they're going to take offense to that. So I guess I can't guarantee anything. I've seen some things that surprise me, but I'm guessing Trump would not take that liberty to say that. And when he does say that and Trudeau goes along with it, it shows a bit of authority. He's the leader. Listen, I can speak for you. Like, my son. Hey, I can probably speak for little Timmy here. He wants those chocolate chip cookies, don't you, Timmy? I can speak for my little buddy Trudeau here. It's the same kind of dynamic.
We really do appreciate it. I think I can speak for Justin when I say that.
Closures by General Motors, which affects thousands of Canadian and American workers and their families, are a heavy blow. Make no mistake, we will stand up for our workers and fight for their families and their communities. And Donald, it's all the more reason why we need to keep working to remove the tariffs on steel and aluminum between our countries.
All right, there's Trump's time to make a little nonverbal rebuttal to something that he said. So he says we need to work to remove the tariffs on steel. And what does Trump do? He holds it together, he gives a little bounce, and then he goes in that little tight frown. What do you think that means? Well, it means stress and disagreement, just like the squinting eyes from Trudeau.
L'acier is to remove the tariffs on steel and aluminum between our countries.
Holds it. There it is. There it is. The old Trump half frown. Not liking it. Okay, so now they've both shown displeasure in the other person when they've said different things. 1 and 1.
New chapter in our shared history. Thank you very much.
All right, that might look like a small thing, but you see Trudeau made a little gesture. Let's go. Trump completely ignores him. You know, some people may have acknowledged that, like, oh yeah, let's go this way. Watch, completely ignored. And don't think Trump didn't hear that and see that. He did. Just completely ignored it because he doesn't want to take direction from Trudeau. Doesn't want him to be able to show authority over him. Trudeau shakes all their hands. Nobody else does. He wants to stand out a little bit. And you'll see him trying to stand out a little bit this entire portion of this here.
Let's go.
We're ready. Let's go.
Okay, there he goes. What does Trump say? He looks at him and says, let's go.
Let's go.
Right? He's dictating it. He's leading. He's controlling the frame. And what do they both say? Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. It's kind of weird how he was pausing here, like he's looking at his pen and looking. He knows where to sign. Look at him kind of stalling here. Now, let's go.
Let's go.
We're ready. Let's go. Let's go.
Now, what is this? Look at Trudeau. They're all signing, and he stops and looks up. Clearly, it's for photos. Clearly, he wants to look like the cool dude who's not all into it and, you know, frantically signing. He's just chilling, taking his time. Look at this guy. I'm going to play it back. Look how long he does this. How weird is that? All right, everyone starts signing.
Let's go.
Oh, he was going to try to start the stare early. So he signs quickly, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seconds, he just stares out into the open. The old switcheroo. Let's see if he does it again. There he is. There he is. He wants to be, look at the solemn look. He wants to be the solemn man while everyone else is siding. That was his move. I wonder if you look at the Canadian press, if a lot of the pictures that they use in the magazines and the newspapers and the internet actually use those photos of him looking like that. There's a reason he's going to that length to do that. Nobody else is.
Each of us get a copy.
Sounds very good, yes.
Excellent.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. You guys will hold that
Okay, what happened there? What do you notice? Which of these is not like the others? So the Mexican president holds his up, and Trump decides he's going to follow suit and hold his up with the Mexican president. He says, we might as well hold these up. You think Trudeau's going along with it? Because when he said we might as well hold these up, who's he talking to? Well, only Trudeau, who doesn't have his held up.
Thank you very much, everybody. You guys will hold that
Yeah, Trudeau's not doing it. No, once again, he's bucking the trend. He's not following Trump. Trump's not his big daddy. He's going to long lengths to point that out. And these are some serious critiques. You know, these are some small things to point out. And the Trump handshake here is in just a second from here. And I think it happens because Trump is kind of miffed that he didn't hold it up at this point. You know, it's a small thing, but Trump definitely lets stuff like that get under his skin, and he wants a little repercussion for that. So he's going to do that. But, you know, I feel like the Mexican president here, I don't know if he just doesn't care because it's his last day, just doesn't care. But he looks a little bit outclassed just in his confidence. Would you agree that he just looks a little less sure of himself? He's not sure what to do. He's much quicker to follow everybody else. Anytime anyone does something, he's following right along. And you didn't get to see all the different nuances that were kind of boring, but he's just basically very supplicative. And that's likely because he feels he doesn't want to do something wrong or say something wrong. What if I say something and Trump, the boisterous one, comes on top of me and makes me look bad? Or Trudeau, who says something. A lot of people feel this way when they're at work or when they're out in public or anywhere, when they're on a first date. Maybe they don't want to be too boisterous to the maitre d' when they go up there because they're afraid that they can't handle themselves. They don't know what to say. If you've ever felt this way, or if you're not always very comfortable when you're out there, I'd suggest you take the social invincibility checklist. You can touch or click up here in the left corner or go to charismamatrix.com/SI checklist. And you can get that for free. And it's going to go through 5 things that's going to help you become confident in those situations so you can go in like a strong man. All right, let's see this. Let's see this handshake here. All right, watch this. This is unbelievable. Okay, he actually grabs his arm and pulls his hand over. Watch this. grabs the arm first, and then pulls it over into the handshake. He's not going anywhere with that arm. That is a very alpha move. That's a move that says, I'm controlling the situation. Try to do something. That's a pretty funny way for him to end it. There's been a lot of back and forth, and he decides to end it that way. Now, one thing I want to point out, I feel like I try to keep a very even keel. I have no bias when it comes to these breakdowns. But this one, I think, favored Trump a little bit. And I want to show something that Trudeau did much better than Trump did here at the end. And it's pronouncing Mexico's president's name. Watch the way Trump struggles and labors through this.
I'm honored to be here with President Enrique Peña Nieto.
And now listen how Trudeau says it.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here, and thank you to Presidents Trump and Peña Nieto.
I don't care what side you're on, it sounds much more confident and professional when you can pronounce a name the right way. So I think Trump came out a -1 on that, even though that doesn't have anything to do with him specifically compared to Trudeau. It definitely does have an overall impact on the way that the crowd and people view you. Now, there's a video floating around the web of Trudeau walking into the G20 conference, and he looks like somebody who has no friends at a party. And Trump's there too. And I analyzed this video a little while ago. If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you click here to watch it. It's really funny. It's got a good also breakdown of some things that you can use if you're ever in a situation like that. Maybe you go into the cafeteria or something, you don't know anybody. How can you look confident and high status in a challenging situation like that? So you can click right here and watch that, and I'll talk to you over in that video.